Me? All right. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Thanks for attending today. Great to see you. So my name is Sishir Garemella. I'm the head of international business development from Kiwa PVEL. We are a reliability testing platform based in California. And I'm here to speak to you about the insights that we've gathered testing over 50 module manufacturers on aspects of reliability as well as performance, right? So first up, we're more than 10 years old. We have tested 600 bombs so far, more than 600 bill of materials. And we have over 400 downstream partners globally that take our intelligence, solar intelligence for their procurement to make decisions worth multi-billion dollars of solar procurement, right? We have a lab in the US. We have a test facility in Napa, which is an indoor facility. We also have an outdoor facility in a place called Davis, which is an hour away from Napa. And then finally, we also have a lab, a partner lab in China, in a place called Suzhou, right? Our parent is Kiwa, which is a Netherlands-based company. Post-COVID, they went on a acquisition project within solar. First was the acquisition of PVEL, which was a reliability testing lab. Then they went and acquired PI Berlin, which is a consulting firm within solar. And then, of course, they've got some other acquisitions in Taiwan, et cetera. So this is Kiwa, based in Netherlands, very large testing, inspection, and certification company. So that's Kiwa for you. A quick introduction about ourselves. Excuse me. We started in 2012 with two goals in mind. Number one, anybody who's selling solar modules to the US, there are multiple players that do that. Our testing gives the best solar modules a visibility for the buyer market, right? So that's number one. So we celebrate the ones that are best in quality and reliability. But at the same time, the other thing that we do, which is very important, is that we are a lab for the downstream. Downstream is all those people that are actually buying solar modules. They take our data and they make intelligence decisions. So to provide independent and reliable data for reliability and performance testing, but also to recognize manufacturers that have done really well in testing. So that's what we do as a lab. The way our model works is PV manufacturers give us their modules. We charge them for testing. And any data that comes out, we share it with the downstream. It really depends whether they want to share their data or not. So the NDA, there has to be a waiver to the NDA. So it's a choice of the manufacturer whether they want to share data or not. But when the results are good, everybody wants to share their data and wants the downstream to know about it. So it's a great place for manufacturers to be known for their great quality and reliability testing. This is a sequence that we call the product qualification program. I'm not going to get into the details because this is too much in the weeds for this session. But we have, what we do very, very first up is that we're not a certification agency. We are an extended reliability testing agency. What we do is we visit your factory, if you're a manufacturer, and get the solar modules manufactured in front of us. So that's called factory witness. Right? That takes away the potential risk of golden sample that you see with certain manufacturers. So we do the witness, and then we do 10 different tests: thermal cycling, damp heat, mechanical stress sequence, which are static as well as dynamic load. Then we do PID, LETID. This year, we added UVID because TopCon modules are showing some UVID degradation. So we've added that into the test program. And then we have a hail stress sequence. I don't know if you've seen any videos lately of a Texas facility. Texas had a 440 megawatt plant where very large size hail came and destroyed a significant number of modules. I'm maybe talking about hundreds of thousands of modules. So hail is a very important factor. And also, I think it happens in south of Turkey, which is really warm. So it's very, hail is a big problem that one is facing, especially for glass modules. So we do hail testing. And then most downstream partners ask for a third-party PAN and IAM profile. Finally, we take these modules and we put it in the field for 12 months, 6 months, and then another set of 6 months. And that is the field exposure test. right? Finally, we have backsheet durability sequence. A backsheet durability sequence tests whether your backsheet is strong enough, whether there's yellowing, chipping. There are a lot of issues when it comes to degradation, when it comes to thermal, environmental stressors. When it impacts the solar module, you see yellowing and chipping and coming off of the backsheet. So that's been a test that's been on our plan for a few years now. So that's the backsheet durability sequence. This entire sequence, apart from the field exposure, takes about 6 months. And that is what gives you, as in the buyer, very strong results to decide whether they want to go ahead with that particular module manufacturer or not. Right? What we do every year is something called a PVEL module reliability scorecard. A module reliability scorecard is our yearly annual Oscars, essentially, where we celebrate the best manufacturers who've done amazing testing with us and have got great results. It's a very competitive process. We have a very high bar for the top performer check. For most of the tests, it's 2% degradation or below. This is between pre and post-stress. The next module reliability scorecard is going to be out on the 5th of June, 2024. And if you're interested, please reach out to me. I'm going to send it to you. This scorecard celebrates the absolute best in the business when it comes to quality and reliability. And if you're on the scorecard and you have that little logo, you get to be noticed by the potential buyers globally. There is a company here, I wouldn't take the name, but they're well-known Turkish company. If you go, there's a very big PVEL module reliability scorecard, a top performer on their module on their booth. Hopefully next year we will have more from Turkey. Yeah, so that's the module reliability scorecard. Mark your calendars, 5th of June. That's going to be the day when we're going to be releasing this year's scorecard. We also have a program called, a consulting service that we provide called Premium Partner Program. Premium Partner Program is a service where we take, it's almost like an Excel sheet with every single manufacturer we've tested. The name can be disclosed or not based on the manufacturer's comfort, but this data gives you a very strong snapshot of everything that's been tested with us, globally, all manufacturers, with or without the name, and you can then see how they have performed in the testing. So you can put a little, suppose you're an American buyer, and you want to see all the modules from Turkey. So you click on Turkey, you put a filter there, and then you see all the glass or the glass backsheet, and then you can see the results, right? So very, very helpful for a manufacturer to get noticed in front of buyers, and very helpful for buyers for intelligent data where they can make a decision. OK. In the Premium Partner Program, we show exactly the things that we're noticing in the testing over the last sort of 18 to 36 months, and I will show you some of that data going forward. These are the various participants that work with us for the dashboard. The above line is all the manufacturers who test with us. These are the ones who test with us and disclose the data on the Premium Partner Program. If you're looking at the ones that test with us, we have perhaps, hopefully, globally, almost everybody tests with us, and we are trying to increase that number as the market expands, right? And these are some of the samples of the people who are looking at this data, so the subscribers. And some of the largest global developers use our data to make decisions from the Premium Partner Program. Right? So let's look at the latest data that is coming out with the PVEL testing. So one question everybody asks is monoperc or TOPCon or AJT, right? That's a question that everyone's asking. It happens to be that in thermal cycling, we noticed that AJT actually has a much higher degradation than TOPCon and monoperc. And that is perhaps because the soldering happens at low temperatures. So the module is subjected to 600 cycles, which is 3 times of IEC requirement. TC200 is the basic IEC requirement. We do 600 cycles. And we cycle it from negative 40 degrees to plus 85 degrees. This test helps in identifying cell soldering issues, which is why thermal cycling is a very important test. And we noticed that TOPCon and AJT results in the recent times have been significantly worse than what is depicted here. But what is depicted here is also showing you that there is a higher degradation for AJT. So latest is not always the greatest, and it is best to test before you buy, right? Same with damp heat. The module is subjected to plus 85 to minus 85 for about 2,000 hours. The test reveals corrosion and delamination in susceptible modules, and you will notice again that TOPCon and AJT have given significantly adverse results compared to what is shown here, right? Next one is mechanical stress sequence. Mechanical stress sequence is static mechanical load and dynamic mechanical load. This talks about the structural integrity of the solar module. A lot of wind in Turkey, a lot of snow in many places around the world. So this particular test reveals how much mechanical strength. And you will see that across the various projects, results that are demonstrated here, again, glass modules have a different problem compared to glass backsheet. We see that glass modules are heavier, and in the field we see them cracking. We've seen a lot of issues in our lab as well. So MSS is a very important test, especially in wind and snow load conditions, right? The next one is potential induced degradation, PID. All of you know that PID happens in hot and humid conditions. It is also reversible, quickly. But at the same time, if you've already put your modules out in the field for too long, it will get to a point where it is irreversible. The important thing I wanted to share with PID is that there is an observation that the modules for TOPCon are showing higher than expected degradation for PID. However, some modules are showing recovery when you do a UV exposure. Now, I don't know if that UV exposure is possible or even relevant in the field, but that's an experience that we are seeing. If you look at P99, TOPCon is 11.5% degradation. So TOPCon, PID, something to be watching out for. LIT, LETID, again, these are modules that are exposed outdoor for several hours, and then the modules are subjected to 75 degrees Celsius with a low current for 486 hours. Here are the results. Very little LETID or LID is observed in gallium-doped PERC and N-type modules, although UVID is susceptible, is a concern when it comes to TOPCon modules. Okay? Now, we have finally two other reports that I'd like to share with you. Everyone's asking, or everybody wants to know, where are the solar prices going to go? The price of a solar module. Everyone's very much interested in that. We are also in a very, very competitive market in Turkey, in US, in Europe, everywhere. So we have something called a solar technology and cost report. This is a subscription service that gives you one report every quarter. And what it does is it gives you a forward-looking 3-year, quarter-on-quarter estimate of what the price is going to be. Solar prices are going to be, right? But what it also does, it breaks down the bill of materials from bottom up. So you've got a deep analysis of silver, aluminum, cells, wafer, everything that goes into the solar module. We take that bottom up, we do the analysis, and then we compare it with the team that's in China. We do this work with a company called Crew and Crew Exawatt. And Exawatt and Crew have people in China that they verify this information with. So you get a quarter-on-quarter data for the next 3 years of what solar module prices are going to look like, but also what the technology trends are. For example, we had estimated that by 2024 end, TOPCon and PERC are going to be parity, right? In parity. It happens to be that TOPCon is getting faster when it comes to adoption. But we have technology as well as cost forecast that is done in a very granular and a deep scientific way. So it's a great report. And we also have another report that we come out specifically for energy storage. So if all of you who are interested in batteries, this is a great report for you to look at. So overall, we are a reliability testing platform based in Napa. Our job is to create trust. And the way we create trust is to provide independent and reliable data for solar buyers so that they can make intelligent procurement decisions. I'll stop here. If any of you have any particular questions, I'd be more than happy to answer. Thank you.